Hi, everyone, and welcome. This is Karen Newman. This is the Saturday Human Colony Hucolo Webinar. It is Saturday, the 5th of March, 2022. We are very happy to welcome back our very special guest, Jim Charles. He's been away on holiday for the last month. We've definitely missed him, but we're very happy to have him back. So welcome back, Jim.
Thank you. I appreciate that. That's very nice. I missed you all as well. So I had a wonderful vacation and I'm back to work now.
Oh, very good. Well, you left town and all hell broke loose in the world. So I don't think
I
you'll
know.
again.
Yeah. I wasn't there to hold up the pillars of society.
I guess you were. Yeah, in Florida, you were just, you're slacking. That's all right. But we're happy you're back. So.
It's all right,
Yeah, so we have a big room full of people today. So let me just say who's here. We've got Angie, we have Jim, we have Reiki with Will. Will's back, yay. Elga, we have Lily Pad, Carol, Christine, Daniel, Luba, I believe, Yana. We have Joan, Jonathan, Michelle, Barbara, Safira, Sheer, Susan, Wynn, Wendy. So we have a big old full room. It's no problem. No, go ahead, talk. No, they can hear you. Okay, but not too loud. That's okay. But I got to focus a little bit. I have two people walk in and they need to talk to each other. So I just said, go ahead, talk. He's like, oh no. Anyway, so welcome everybody and welcome Jim. We'll start off today with some blessings. So we'll go Yana, Barbara, and then Will. Okay. Awesome. And so when after Jim does his interpretation, then just pick it up. The next person. That would be great.
Hi, everyone. This is from the Aquarians. Ne kante o tuatae te kaite hai te no koate te istenne kana ahata tai ne ka iea hartete o koanta tanaka te ko te o ortoan tai te ke te ne shita hartete o koanta tana te ke ai ai o hart iste aha kantai te koatante ante o toa tanaka tante ne
Greetings, and we wish you peace. Not only the peace that you find inside, but the peace that is around, that will be around your world. We are praying for you in many different ways because we know how difficult it can be during times of great distress. We love you, and we are hoping that all will be well. God will be there present with you, and we know that this will be an agent of help that is greater than any other. We also want to just thank you for all your prayers and blessings, and we ask that they continue.
Satana ki hiata kawashi. Sapataka niata hoaki, tapaka chikiata kashanata, kitata koshawa pakanitsi, kitiata kashiata koashi, baka nahiata kana ketiato, kipiata kashina, katahiata koshononatia, kapatiata korata. Blessings.
Let everyone open their hearts to God. It is He who will change you. It is He who will guide you. It is He that is the one that makes everything the way it's supposed to be and brings you into the place of your mission, the place of your purpose. There are so many of you that have great purposes and great understandings. Let God guide and direct. Do not let them go unused.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Arihiti ara ta chiki hartana he kariti. Kutur hata arhakiti arana heki ara. Kuchur hutta harhatiti ritaka hitakarta. Artana ritaka hitaka chikar ho horate yati. Kuchikarata kachikirat nanari toro. Urtakan haritakat kuhocha aratatiro. Kuchukuro takatkoai. Tari harata kachikat kuachkana. Kora atakariara kachikiri tukoro or ariananiara kata.
You must realize that the recent porthole is bringing a lot of power to this world and to this density, especially, and that let go of all the things that do not serve you at this time, for this is the perfect time to do that. And we are telling you that the energies will continue for quite a while, and that all the things that you wish for in the item of change will come about if you believe, if you are knowledgeable of how to reach out and do this. Call on someone if you do not understand, because this is an opportunity that should not be missed. This is an opportunity for great expansion. This is an opportunity for great understanding and wisdom.
Thank you. Okay. Can you hear me all right? Because I put on a headset so that my people here will be able to continue.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, so we have some requests. I will read them off. We have Elijah Grendel. Yes, and oh. Angie needs to do her announcement. 1 second. So go ahead.
Thank
Sorry,
you very
Angie.
much. That's okay. We have our next class scheduled. It is Understanding the Matrix and How It Works. It is Saturday and Sunday, April 30th to May 1st, 2022. It costs $150, 1:30 to 4:30 Eastern Standard Time. This class is going to provide an in-depth look and understanding of what the matrix is, how it works for you, the individual, and working as a collective. The class will teach us many uses, services, and perspectives, and it will also provide and clear up any myths or mistruths about the matrix. If you have any questions or interested in the class, email classes@hucolo.org, and I will get that information out to you. Jim, would you like to say a little bit more about the class?
Yes, the matrix is a very difficult thing to understand at times, and at the first time we talked about the matrix at the workshop, it went over some people's heads. So we're going to try to bring that into perspective as well. We're going to try to bring all into understanding of how to use it and how it works, and the many different uses that it has. So there's so many things about the matrix because it is all inclusive. And there are so many myths and people saying many things about the matrix that are not necessarily true, and because they don't realize what the matrix really is, so they could put it in their own small understanding and then share it with the world, but that is not what it is. So I've heard many of these, but I love you much, and if this is something that interests you, just let Angie know.
Thank you. I also wanted to say that I did get a lot of people that were responding to me, asking me if this class was the same class as the matrix class that we had at the workshop. And the one we had at the workshop was just an introduction to the matrix. It wasn't the full in-depth look of what the matrix is. So if you are interested, again, classes@hucolo.org, and I will get that information out to you. Thanks.
Very good. I think that's it.
Yeah, okay, perfect. Okay, so we have some requests. Just to the people in the YouTube chat, I am seeing your typing for whatever reason. When I type to you, I'm getting an error. So don't think that your stuff isn't being read. I don't know why. I'll try coming in under a different username in a second. Okay, so just for the people watching on YouTube. All right, so we have, let's see, some requests. We have Grendel. A lot of people, even in the YouTube, about 4 people requested Grendel in YouTube. So let me just get back to my list here 1 second. Okay. So sorry. Okay, we have Grendel, Jimi Hendrix by Sheer, Takur, Elijah from Angie, Archangel Ariel, someone else wanted Archangel Samuel, an Arcturian crew member of the ship Athena near Saturn, Elijah, I said that already, and Uriel from Michelle, and a dragon guide called Pete from Wendy. And then in the YouTube chat, we have Queen Krennic of Lyra, or King of Lyra, please. And then the rest are for Grendel.
Okay,
So quite a few there.
very good. Well,
Yeah.
we'll see who comes, and I will. Is there more coming up there?
Let me see. Did someone else request one? That's something new.
I saw some
Oh,
things.
Pele.
Okay.
Dragon Guide Pele.
Okay.
Not Pete. Sorry.
Okay.
You don't know it, but you have a dragon guide named Pete.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Very good. Let's see who's coming.
All right.
I'm sure there's going to be more than one today, so
Yeah. Okay.
because there's a few out there.
Great. See you when you get back.
Greetings. I am Elijah. It is a beautiful day today, but what I want to speak to you about is prayer. In this time when there is rumors of war, and things are so disconnected and unity is not with us, prayer is a very important energy. Prayer is a very important intention, and prayer is a very powerful way to communicate with God and with the world around you. Believe it or not, the energy of prayer will transcend many other energies, will transcend many kinds of healings. Now, if you use prayer properly, it is a very powerful weapon against evil and negativity. So that is why it's vital to do a lot of praying at this time. Even if it's a short prayer, it's still a powerful prayer because it is a prayer to God. It is an energy that is different. Sometimes people do not believe that prayer even works, but it has been shown and proven to work by experiments by scientists even. They have shown that some of these prayers that to people that don't even know they're being prayed for have helped them, and the people that they weren't praying for were in worse shape after a time. I'm not sure I explained that correctly. These were people in the hospital that were not in good shape, and they all had the same kind of a disease, but then they asked people to pray for this certain person or that certain person, and the ones that they prayed for recovered better. They found that they had a better attitude. They had a better outlook for their recovery, and it helped them. Those that did not receive the prayer suffered more. And I was telling my people around me, I wish they would have prayed for all of them so that they could have all gotten better, just equally as well. But God knows when it is time for someone to leave and someone to stay. But prayer is a powerful, powerful means to communicate with God and to send energy to those that are not well, energy to the situations that are not positive, energy to situations that need help. It doesn't matter what it is. If it needs help, it needs prayer. If it needs help, it does need prayer. No question. Many of you are good prayer warriors, as we call them. Those that pray for long periods of time and include everything that you can think of. Those are prayer warriors. Others of you are sending off prayers here and there, some for your own benefit, asking God to help you, but some for your friends and family and the world, etc. Remember, he helps everyone that you pray for, including yourself. So as you are praying, include yourself in your prayers, because that is not selfish. That is necessary for you to continue to communicate with God, for him to bring in what he needs to bring in for your mission, for your understanding, for your wisdom, etc. It is not selfish, unless you're just saying, I need a new this or new that, please bring it to me. That's not going to happen with God. It will happen if you need it so badly, if it's a need and not just a want. But he also covers some wants as well, as some of you know. I am being gentle with you today about prayer because it is a beautiful subject and it deserves the respect of everyone. It deserves to be understood by everyone. It needs that to move forward with everyone. I am really interested in your prayers to all the places in the earth that need help. There is a war going on in the Ukraine with etc. But that does not mean that you shouldn't pray for it or you shouldn't understand that it needs prayer. I'm sure you do. But there are times when there are things all around you that you're not praying for and they need prayer. You see somebody that's sick, but you're not praying for them. Or you see somebody that's having a problem, but you're not praying for them. It's just not something that comes naturally to humans, that everybody needs prayer and all situations need prayer. But it is that every situation that is of sickness or of mental health or finances or anything needs help, and your prayers will matter. When you pray collectively together, like we did earlier this morning, it is that those kinds of prayers are very powerful and they go to God. He hears them and knows exactly what to do. Now, I wanted to go into another kind of prayer, and that is your light language, your spiritual tongues, and all those things, which I have spoken about before many times. But this is the time to use your spirit language, your tongues, your whatever you want to call it, light language. This is the time for that to happen, because it prays for you in ways you cannot pray for yourself, you cannot pray for anyone, you cannot pray for the world, as well as light language can do it, because it knows exactly what is needed. It knows exactly what each of those things needs. Prayer for you, it knows exactly what you need. Prayer for your friends, it knows exactly what they need. Prayer for the world, it knows exactly what the world needs and where to go to help it. So use your light language, use your prayer language, use all kinds of energy to bring in as much light as possible to the world around you. It is difficult these days to understand some of the things that are happening in the world. And maybe you're not supposed to understand them, but you are supposed to pray for them. You are supposed to bring your heart to it in some ways. Now, there's all different kinds of theories about what's happening and where to go and who's doing what and who's the hero and who's the enemy and all that. Just pray that with your light language or with your regular prayers, that all that is separated out and you can understand it in the future. That history will record everything in the proper light so that everything is seen for what it is. We pray that God works in our world in a very strong way, stronger than he ever has before. And I believe he is starting to work very strongly with the people that believe that he can change things, that he can open things, that he can heal things and create things. God is with you. Feel him, experience him in any way that you can. Some of you have already experienced him, but if you do not know who God is, and you feel like you're praying to a stranger or someone out there that is not even listening, I would definitely start wanting to befriend him. Make him a friend, make him someone close. And you go, well, God, he's so great, he's so big. Why would he want to be a friend with me? But God is your friend. He is your father friend. He created as well as Mother, Father God. Mother, Father God are one. And they are the ones that brought you into this beingness. And they are the ones that can help you and provide to you the information that you need to be a better human, to be a stronger human, to be a more powerful human. Now, you don't pray to God for power because that's something very arrogant, if you ask me, but you can pray for God for power to help others. That's a different kind of prayer. But remember, he is the God of power. He is the God of might. He is the God of fairness. Once he gets you into his understanding, you will understand what really fairness is. Sometimes you say the world is not fair. No, the world is not fair, but God is not the karma of the world. God is the person that takes care of you personally if you wish him to. And he can be very fair. He is very fair. It seems like I'm rambling at this time. But I do want you to know that you need a personal relationship with God. Not only do you need to understand who he is, but you need to know him as a friend, as a father, as an ally, because that is what he is. But if you do not recognize him, do not pray, do not meditate, do not acknowledge him, how can he possibly help you? I want him to help you in a great deal of matters. And I want him to help you out of some of these problems that you have. And you say, God can't help me with this. This is my financial situation. God can't help me with this. This is my relatives are this way or that way. God can help in any situation, but you have to give him a chance to help. You have to give him a chance to help. You can't just say he's not listening. If you say that he is not listening, then you are probably not talking. You are probably not praying. And if you're praying, you're going, oh my God, please help me. And then that's it. It takes more than that. Although he does hear that. and he will look into the situation, I'm sure. But you must communicate. Communication is the key to all relationships. Trust and communication. If you want a relationship with anything, anyone, any group, trust and communication. Those things bring things into understanding. Because without communication or trust, how can a relationship exist? Cannot. That love is part of it too. Most people trust and communicate, but if they don't love, it's not really, love is the glue that keeps it all together. But if you don't know God and you can't love him yet, trust him and communicate with him, and that love will come. I guarantee it. All right. I am done for today. Much love to all of you. And please understand that this time is the time for great prayer, for great sacrifice with some time to talk to God. Sacrifice, that's what it will be. You're sacrificing some of your time to pray to God. Amen. One moment, please.
Okay.
Yeah.
Definitely 1 minute.
Oh, so many have called me today. I feel like Mr. Popularity.
You're definitely on the most requested list. Definitely.
Yeah. I should be on it every week, but
Well, you really, you truly you are.
Yeah, I'm here now. Okay, good.
Okay. Welcome.
All right. I'm glad to be here with you, and I'm just saying there's a lot going on in the world right now, and I know that most of you have called me because of my political understanding of many things. So I understand that with this Ukraine thing. So I'm sure there's going to be a lot of questions about that. So fire away.
Okay, well, Safira was the first one to request you, so
Yeah.
we'll start with her. Okay, go ahead, Safira.
Thank you, Karen. Hello, Grendel.
Greetings.
Yes, you got it right. I love your super intelligence and articulation and frankness about what's going on in the world because of your...
Thank you for your honesty.
It's true. Okay.
I mean, thank you for the praise. That's nice.
Of course. So,
yes.
Okay, you guessed it. It's about the Ukraine. But before you answer that question about what's really going on, I would like to say, I read that there was a starship, a extraterrestrial ship, which began to activate underneath a certain part of the Ukraine. And this was one major reason why Putin said, oh boy, I'm going to claim that before the cabal, before the US, before anybody. But that was one of his motivations. I want to ask you that, I want to ask you if that's possibly true.
He is aware of it.
Okay, but was that one of his motivations?
Well, if you look at the big picture, but first let me say this. No one can own that ark. No one can take it over. No one can, unless they are truly alien, and Putin is very involved with aliens. I will say that. So he is aware of it very much, but this has been going on before that even activated. He has been looking at Ukraine with greed in some ways. I know what has come out that they have said that he's going in there to save Ukraine, but that's not really true. If you look at the big picture, if he was going in for the ark, he would have had right to it and it would be, he would already be there, and he is not even there yet. So, and there's many parts of the country of Ukraine that he's taken over in the south, in the east, but he still hasn't really done anything with the ark. He knows it's there. He knows he cannot possess it. It does not belong to him, and they will not allow him to possess it. So that energy, yes, is very positive when it comes out of the earth, but it is not his main goal to possess the ark or to even go there, because he's not really permitted in the ark. He's not permitted to attack the ark. He is not permitted many things about that ark. I will explain what the ark is. It's basically a large mothership that's under the earth. There are more than just one of these arks around. There are several, but this one is activated. But
Okay.
yes, no one can own that. But if you look also at his strategies, he's not only looking at Ukraine, he's looking at other places as well to set up. He wants some extra power because he has plans for a longer future. He's only 69 years old, so he's rather young. So he's thinking, by the time I'm 80, 75, I will have gathered a lot of things for my mother country, whereas other people have failed. But it is something that he is driven to do.
Is he being driven by the reptilians or any other race who also wants that aggression right now?
There is another, yes, the reptilians are close by him. The reptilians give him a lot of information, and he was possessed by a reptilian at one time. He is no longer possessed. However, he lives with a lot of different reptilians that he doesn't really know that are reptilians, but they are there to guide him into war, guide him into conflict, because they see how they can win the planet if they get him to start a nuclear war.
Which was my next question. Could this potentially be a World War III scenario where Hitler moves into other countries and like he did? Does Putin have that in mind, or he just wants Russian territory? And would he use nuclear weapons?
Yes, I believe he would. If the thing is this, remember, with narcissists, they cannot be wrong. And if they come into a place where they are trapped and have to admit they're wrong, then they will use any force possible to change the situation, take the attention off themselves, and do something else.
What about the information that there's 9 demonic portals and the Cabal has a center there?
There's demonic portals all over the place. So it's
okay.
It's
all right. I'm just asking.
Yes, there's portals everywhere, positive and negative. That's not necessarily part of anything that's about this war or Putin or anything. He doesn't care about portals. In fact, he doesn't really take much stock in them, but he does know about the ark, and he knows how powerful it is, and he knows it's activated, and he figures also the ark may have sparked him in one way. He needs to take over the country before that ark lifts off, because if he doesn't have control of the country when that ark leaves, people all over the world will know that ark exists in that country, and that if he owns it when it takes off, owns the country when it takes off, then that'll be his territory, and he will get a notification and sort of a glory for having the country in his possession where that ark is. that's a sort of a weird scenario in his mind, but it does work for him.
Now, thank you. Now, a lot of people are asking across social media who understand something about extraterrestrials is, are they going to stop any nuclear missiles because it will affect the larger galaxy? Or will they stop nuclear weapons?
Let me
The
tell you
aliens.
this.
Yeah.
If humans, you see, this is why he's not possessed anymore, is because they're guiding him into the nuclear war and he's in human form. If humans start a nuclear war, aliens are not allowed to step in. That is one of the reasons he's no longer possessed.
I thought they were, because nuclear missiles would affect the galaxy beyond the Earth. That's why there's all reports about nuclear warheads being neutralized by aliens.
They
but
have been.
why? Yeah.
Yes, they don't want a nuclear war at all. Of course not. This planet is precious, and the cargo on it is also precious. People and resources, etc. So yes, of course they don't want nuclear war, and they have stopped it. But if one nuclear weapon is detonated by a human, if it was given orders by a human and it is detonated, then they cannot help if a war breaks out. Nuclear war.
Right. Yeah, that's intense. What are some of the predictions for the future? Could the war just sort of fizzle out, or is it going to expand? Does anybody know exactly from your side?
Well, I'm not allowed to tell the future. So, and you know I'm not, but the thing is, this could be a fast war. It could be. We'll see how it goes.
Okay. I'm sure everybody on your side is trying for that to happen. Just one more question. Which nations are secretly shaking Putin's hand to support this war effort from him?
China,
in the West,
India. China and India are two of the most populous countries in the world. Now, I'm not saying India is doing anything. Both China and India have not said anything bad and have not joined the fight against Putin, whereas many other countries have.
Mm-hmm.
But there are 5 countries that have not said anything bad about Putin and remained sort of neutral. They didn't say anything good about him either. They just didn't say anything bad. And so they're under scrutiny in some ways for not saying something bad. But they are helped by Russia quite a bit. And so, of course, places like India, which deal directly with Russia and to have a lot of imports and exports, they're not going to say a word at the moment. And China should say something, but they don't. And Korea, of course, North Korea won't say anything because they go goody. Maybe we'll have a chance to use our nuclear weapon, which they only have a few of, but still, if they use any nuclear force, they will be feared. And that will be part of their success.
Okay. All right. I will let somebody else ask a question. I know there's other questions for you. Thank you so much, Grendel.
You're welcome.
We
There's
love
so
you.
much
Thank
information about this, but
I know.
I can't share all of it.
But thank you for what you did share. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay.
All right, thank you so much. Wendy has a question for you. And if anyone else has a question for Elijah, please type it in the chat. Thank you.
Greetings. How are you today?
I am great. And yourself?
I am doing quite well. Thank you so very much.
Good.
So I have noticed, and as have many of my friends, that we've been hearing ships quite a bit closer to our proximity. And
Yes.
and so I've also noticed for myself, and I don't know if this is happening to anybody else within this group or that follows Hucolo, but I've been like just fading away and drifting off somewhere. And then I'll wake up like 20 minutes later, an hour later, and be like, well, where did I go? And I have a feeling I'm hopping on ship, but was looking for additional insights on that type of activity.
Right. Yes, they're activating people. So that's a form of activation when you sort of drift off into sleep and don't know where you were. And yes, the ships are closer. In fact, there was a ship right over this building this morning. So, and Jim knew it. So he could hear it. It was very loud. It stayed there for quite a while. And yes, they're very close by. And they are activating people, giving them information, bringing them some knowledge that they didn't have before, and also checking vitals and seeing how close to transitioning each human is, those that are enlightened to a sense.
I see. And so was I being checked on for how close I am? And if so, how close am I?
I couldn't tell you. I didn't do the activation.
I see.
But just to let you know that is something that they are checking. If some of you are feeling falling asleep and feeling like you're in a cloud or whatever, that can be a sign that you're being analyzed, but not in a bad way.
Beautiful. And then my other question, of course, ties into, what is it now, Area 53 and the meeting of families, which I know many looking in at that information as well, wondering. Thank you.
Yes, the actual building of Area 53 in the United States has stopped for a couple weeks now. And I don't know when that's going to continue, but because of the war with the Ukraine, that project has been put on hold.
I see. That's disappointing, I'm certain, for many, myself included. So that's all
they need all the resources they can get. They feel that United States feels like they could be in danger. And I can understand why, because you don't understand the subterranean or subcultural threats that have been received.
Okay. And, I actually do have one more question. I've been getting a lot of images of mountains, and they're very like the Matterhorn and Devil's Tower and Mount Shasta and 10 Peaks in Canada. And I'm wondering if these locations are not just that they're bases of the light, but that perhaps there are nefarious activities going on nearby or attempts in those areas. And that's why I'm being asked to be like, pray for that area and help send light.
They're all alien areas. For one thing, they're all spiritual areas, and they're all alien areas. And yes, there's a lot of negativity coming against aliens everywhere that have been separated into the planet and are still here from the time of separation. But it is that, yes, negative forces want to destroy that positive alien and spiritual activity.
Okay, so these are very important places, and it's good that I'm feeling like we need to reach out and send love and light.
Correct. You please pray for those areas.
Okay. Thank you so very much for that clarification. Many blessings to you.
You're welcome.
Okay, thank you. Yana has a question. Go ahead, Yana.
Hi, Grindel.
Greeting.
Wonderful to talk to you. Grindel, I was just, like Wendy said, I was curious what we light workers can do. How can we aim our light or do actions that are going into the field of human consciousness, or otherwise have strengthened the right things?
Well, I think that's why Elijah went into prayer today, because that's one of the big things you can do. But pray for the leadership of all countries right now, because they are possibly being manipulated, and I think most of them are. The reptilians and the grays, the zetas, want to destroy this planet, because if they can't have it, nobody can have it. That's their thought process. If they can't have it, let's just destroy it, and then nobody will be fighting over it in the negative sources. So they don't care if this planet is destroyed. So that is why they are pushing some very dangerous agendas here. And so you need to pray for the leaders. You need to pray for the countries and for each other. This is a time, sort of frightening time. I do not want to see a nuclear holocaust, because that could be the outcome of it. And if that happens, then yes, there's a good chance that many places will see that.
Okay.
But
So
I do not wish, and I am at this point very optimistic that that's not going to happen. But it only takes one bad decision.
So what I thought was that the draconian presence was lesser on Earth right now over time, because they did.
Yes, draconians are lesser here. So, but that doesn't mean grays and reptilians are not. The draconians really, this world is not really ideal for them. So yes, they have been here and they could survive here, but it's not an ideal planet for draconians. There are subterranean draconians still living here in the China, Vietnam area, all that area over there, Japan. And there are draconians in Norway and Sweden, and out into the fjords, and Finland, and just a large area under there. But those are very positive draconians and dragons. And then there's another section in under the Himalayas where there's draconians, but those are sort of, they're not attackers, they're moderates. They're like they have no real opinion of the earth, but they're just surviving under there until the time of separation is lifted.
Okay, so is there some by the alliances in the Galactic Federation, is there some ruling that about what their limitations are for the grays, Zeta Grays, and the reptilians?
Yes, there are laws that govern the planet from the galactic standpoint, but these individuals have been grandfathered in with the time of separation. They did not leave the planet, and so they're allowed to be there, because in 2005, when that happened, they were told they could stay. So they either had to leave or stay, because there wasn't going to be anybody going in and out anymore. So they decided to stay, and some of them have risen to power, and some of them are using that power to take over the planet. You see, the reptilians would like to keep the planet for themselves. The grays would rather destroy it, but they're working together, so they have a mixed agenda about it. And so they do fight sometimes about how they should handle certain situations, because neither one of them knows exactly what the other one wants. They have misinformation all over the place. So it's just like they just seem like they're working for the same goal, but they are not.
So is their involvement with the cabal very large?
The cabal is standing right now. The cabal is standing back and saying, let whatever happens. We're if we see something we don't really like, we're going to step in. But they're just allowing it at this moment.
Okay, so in what ways do the Greys and reptilians is this mind manipulation, or
They look
I know the Greys are very active in implants, because every time I speak to Kirk Fitneer, I have implants removed.
right. The Greys are big on that, yes. And reptilians at times are as well. So they do like those implants, because what they see that the implants do is stop positivity from moving forward, because when they give an implant, it's usually for anger or for frustration or whatever. And it keeps things tense and not moving forward. So they like those kinds of implants, because they can keep it under control, the ascension portion. If they give it to the right people, those that are strong with light and power and positivity, then they are able to just stop that light from shining so brightly. So they do that.
So feeding the light is something we can do with group prayers and intention.
There's not much else. There's nothing physically you can do, except, I mean, any kind of political march or anything of that nature is just a distraction at this point.
So just out of curiosity, Putin is sitting somewhere very fortified within his large mansion with a lot of protection around this, but I keep seeing an image that there are tunnel systems below where he is.
Of course, yes. And let me tell you this. These tunnel systems are getting bigger and bigger and bigger all over the world. United States has a tunnel system under the United States that is incredibly large, and you don't even know about it. There's a tunnel system under Canada. Down the southern part of Canada is filled with tunnel systems, and it reaches into the north as well. There's tunnel systems in Russia, Ukraine, China, Japan. Many places are understanding that at some point they're going to need these tunnel areas. And so they are creating them and preparing them faster and faster all the time. South America has many. Now, South America is a different problem. It's like a solid rock. It's just in order to make tunnels down there, they need special equipment, but they are doing it.
So there's what I understood is that there's a sort of border that they can't harm Mother Earth herself, who's a sentient being, and all the dimensions connected to her. Is there some point that the galactics will step in from the other benevolent galactics?
If the only reason for any of galactic government to step in would be if a galactic law was broken. Now, a big galactic law, like the law of separation, where they found a whole group of people trying to come in or start a war or something like that, that is definitely directly against their contracts with the Earth. So, and also there are many species that have been arrested, if you will, by even trying to come onto the planet so they could be seen. Even some of their ships, there are a couple of ships that got taken from their species because they were seen at certain areas that were not permitted. And I can't go into that, but it is that there are rules and regulations, but so far nothing big has been broken.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much. I will make place for others to have questions. Thank you so much, Grindel, and for shedding this light. And much love to you.
You're welcome. I'm trying to tiptoe around the top secret things and say
I
only
know,
what
right.
I can say, but the thing is, it sounds a little incomplete when I'm saying, but it has to be that way.
Okay, thanks very much. Blessings.
You're welcome.
Okay, thank you. I'll just add, there's no more questions in the room, so I'll just ask a couple in the chat that you can answer quickly. One is, what is the safest country or place in case of World War III?
That's a good question. I think one of the safer places would be New Zealand, Australia area, because I don't think that the war would come down there.
And then how can we know the approximate time of the shift?
Well, you will feel it.
Yeah.
No one can know the exact time of the shift, because if they did, they would do something to either prevent it or encourage it. Now, it has to come when no one knows, so that the proper reactions are made by mankind. I don't know if you can understand that exactly, but it is important that mankind reacts properly.
Right. You can't see, but I have a colleague here, and we were talking about that. He was just mentioning Nostradamus and the thing of the Armageddon would be started by the bear in the north, and that's
Correct.
But I said, well, I think Armageddon is a transformation of the spirit. It's an Armageddon of the spirit more than likely than an Armageddon of nuclear war. What do you think?
You're both right in some ways, because Armageddon is not only a physical, but a spiritual and a mental. It all comes together with the alignment of all the different body, mind, soul, and spirit thought process in one place. So you're going to have, it's going to be resolved somehow physically. So
right.
Armageddon is the physical word. And also it's going to be resolved spiritually, mentally, intellectually. And so you're going to have a great amount of disconcerting energy there.
Disconcerting, yeah.
Yes, I couldn't say the word. It's a disconcerting energy there that will have to be dealt with.
Right. Because I mean, it could be just metaphorical. If the bear is metaphorical, Armageddon would also be metaphorical, right? Because Putin's not really a bear. And Russia's not really a bear.
Yes. Well, I don't think they meant that that to be literal, but it is that the bear will be someone that has the conscience of a bear.
We were also talking about how he has so much power that when he is no longer in power, it will free up so much opportunity. Because there's been a lot of analysis saying because Ukraine is a democracy and Russia is basically not.
He said that he was going in there to clean up all the immoral activity, but that the immoral
I think it's funny he thinks that there's Nazis there, where when the leader of the country is a Jew, their foreign minister is a Jew. They're I don't know any Jews that are actually Nazis, but it's a good lie.
I don't think so. But
no, I don't think so either.
Yes, it's not that a matter of that at all.
Yeah.
So yes, he's going in because there are several power reasons he needs Ukraine back into. He does not like it that they are a democracy, for one thing.
No,
and he's saying that he's going there to clean up all the immoral activity, but the immoral activity is everywhere in the world, not just Ukraine, but everywhere. Cannot be said that Russia is pure and clean. There is no way. So it is not that pure and clean is coming in to wash out dirty, but no, it's not that at all. So it is a matter of greed. He wants the land. He wants, there's many reasons for that.
Yeah. Okay, perfect.
It's
Thank
very
you so much.
You're welcome.
Oh, there's a question actually that maybe you can answer. Matt Wally has said, can the Ark prevent World War III?
That is a wonderful question. I do like that. And the answer is, to some degree, yes. But they are not allowed to do that without permission of the earth.
And Tay wants to know, can you give a probability of World War III happening?
Oh dear, that's.
I think we should focus on peace and not focus on World War III.
Well, the thing is, it depends. Right now, things are looking good that things will fall apart. But
right. They're going to fall apart? I think they're looking at it's going to reconcile.
It looks like it at this time. However, if Putin gets backed into a corner that he feels that he cannot escape from, that will be a bad thing.
Yeah.
This has to be resolved with him looking at least not like the enemy. So, but I don't know how that can be, but it is, there are things working that could possibly resolve this very quickly, but I cannot talk about them.
What's the likelihood that he'll be assassinated, Putin, by one of his own people?
I'm not at liberty to talk about.
No. Right. Okay, great. Let me see. Is there any more questions for Grendel? Anyone?
I should go.
No. All right.
I was happy to be here today, though. I'm not the same jokester you used to know, but
we'll get you in happier times, Grendel.
Yes, I miss the bonfires where I can tell my stories.
We have a bonfire in our heart for you. Okay.
Remember, I don't know. Are you guys having a workshop this year? I don't even know. But anyway.
Not this year. No.
All right. I'll talk to you all later, and there's many waiting.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Much love.
Much love.
Yeah. Yeah, the getting in and out, that's big problem.
Climb up slowly.
Greetings. I'm making a brief visit. My name is Ariel.
Oh, welcome.
Thank you. Someone has called me. And
yes,
I believe
Jonathan
their question is
you.
important. Who?
Jonathan.
Yes, I believe he has a question.
I do. Thank you so much for showing up. I guess I'd begin by saying there have been so many distractions and headlines that cause fear and division recently that I really just thought that having you share your love and wisdom would help many of us. And I do have one big question that's been weighing on me. And it seems like for the last year or so that many of us have just been treading water spiritually. There isn't really a direction to move. And when you try to move in a direction, you receive guidance to just kind of sit back and hold on. And the best I can glean is that our physical locations are really important now. Maybe actions less so, which seems a little strange. And I know I'm not alone. Many of the bloggers that receive similar messages as I do have been largely absent over the last year and have been experiencing similar energies. It just seems like the spiritual motivation is down and the vivid nature of the experiences has been greatly dampened. Can you explain a little bit more about what's going on right now?
Well, yes. The reason why it seems dampened, and I hope it isn't, but things were supposed to be different than they are now. There was things to start happening last year that did not happen, and things that are happening this year that were supposed to happen last year. So, and that is why many have been put on hold. But even with being put on hold, you should be praying and you should be looking for more wisdom and understanding. The thing is, now there is going to be actions. There is going to be forward movement. There is going to be more of a connection with one another, because you need it. Right now, you need to unify, no matter if you're feeling that you are at a standstill or moving forward or whatever. Connection with one another is very important. And your wisdom on how to guide each other is also very important. Remember this, we are here, I am here to help all human beings with as many things as I can. Of course, my specialties sometimes are not called upon, but my specialties still can be used as an angel. I can be used for wisdom, guidance, conversation, and communication. So please use me for those things, and use all the angels that are available for these things. Learn as many of their names as you can so that you can call on them, because I'm sure they are going to be very, very busy in this time.
Can you elaborate a little bit more about it saying that, I guess maybe shift isn't the right word, but there's been this delay and that things are going to be moving forward. Can you elaborate a little bit more on that?
All right, it's like this. Many things have been prophesied for your world, but the times and dates and periods can be very confusing to understand in those prophecies. What we had prophesied, or we thought was prophesied for 2021, was actually not, and so it confused many of those that were scripturally deciding what to do. And so as that happened, there was a delay on some of the things that are supposed to happen, and we believe that they are going to happen this year instead of last.
That makes a lot of sense. Thank you so much for sharing that.
You're welcome.
I know there are a lot of people that have been, I just use the word metaphorically treading water. I mean, it seems like.
Do not believe me, your energy has been useful and will be useful. You are still a light in the ascension. You are still a light on the world that must be kept lit. And even if you are just sitting there as a candle burning your flame, you are still doing a good deed and causing light to be shared around the world. So a candle is what I would compare you to at this situation, or at that time. But this situation is different coming up. You will be more of a stick of dynamite or a flare.
I like that analogy. Thank you for sharing that.
You're welcome.
Does it also, am I understanding correctly that locations for each of the light workers out here are more important now than necessarily action, or is that just, have I interpreted that wrong?
No. But location. It is important. And I would like to tell you that some people have changed their location and they're not sure why. But God knows why, and they will be happy there. But they're going, I'm not even sure why I moved here. I'm not sure why I moved from my country to this country. But God has his hand in all of that.
That's really good to hear. Thank you so much for coming. I don't want to take up all your time. Somebody else may have a question. So
I love you dearly, and blessings to you.
I love you too, and blessings to you as well, Ariel.
Thank you. Lilypad has a question. Go ahead, Lilypad.
Hello, Ariel. Thank you. I was wondering actually why I moved from my country to this country. I've been wondering
Yes.
that too for many years, but because I never asked actually to come to this country, but that's how life took me. So I wonder there must be a reason that I'm here in this country, in America.
There is.
Yes, I don't know why, but I'm still, but I've taken a positive way. Anyway, I wanted to ask you a question, two questions. One is, how can I protect myself from people around me that might have lower lower energy? That's one question. If you can please, and then I ask maybe the second question after
All right.
that.
The answer to your first question is keeping yourself in the light, keeping yourself in the positivity. You don't even realize how strong and powerful the light is until you are the light. And then when these negative beings or lower dominions come around, it is easy to deal with them because you're dealing with them out of love of God. You're dealing with them out of positivity. You're not stooping to their level. You're not listening to all the things that they're saying and going, oh dear, they're calling me names and that's who I really am, and taking on all the garbage that they have to give. Once you know who you are, once you are a fire, a light, then you can know that you can deal with them without any problem. Be yourself. Be the light that you are. Let that be who you are, and pray to God that you are become lighter. And I know that you have to deal with the world. I know that there's third dimensional problems. I know that this density that you live in is very, very harsh. But let me tell you this. If you are a flame, remember that the demonic and negativity do not like fire. They're very cold. They're very distant. And so with you being a flame, you're going to warm up the world and push those cold beings away because they don't like the warmth. They don't like the heat. They like coldness. They like depression. All these things are in the coldness of the emotional spectrum. But when you are on fire and full of love and joy, that sends all the coldness away. So be the fire, and you won't have to really deal with the negativity as much as you think. You still have to deal with it, but it is not going to be as hard. Of course, they're going to want to stop you from being a fire, of course. But if you know your place, if you know that you're the fire, if you know that you're the flame, and you can call on God to make your fire brighter, you're set. They cannot destroy you.
Okay, thank you. And the second question is, I caught myself when I'm kind of like, I can hear sound when I'm sleeping, and then I think I caught myself hearing some sound. And would you be able to tell me what those sounds?
What did they sound like to you?
I don't know. It's like, it's not music. It's
Maybe, but it sounded like instruments.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Let me tell you, I can tell you what that is.
And I caught myself waking up and listening to that or something else. So
you're hearing the instruments of the angels. Believe it or not, Lily Pad, you are angelic in nature. You've been told this before, but you have a disconnect with that angelic realm because of how dark and dreary some of the people that are around you that have affected you. You need to get away from some of them. But because you are a bright light, really. And you need to understand that, and I don't think you do. But you are a very bright light. You're connected to the angel realm, and you also have a purpose greater than you possibly can know. And in that light, you need to just move away from these dark things.
All right. Well, yeah, thank you. And if you can, I like to ask for healing as well and guidance. That's all. Thank you.
Healing for you is yes. And guidance for you, yes. I will be with you.
Thank you so much. Much love.
You're welcome.
Oh, okay. Darren has a question. Darren, can you unmute yourself or not? If you can, then I can. This is going to be the last question, by the way.
Hi, yes, I'm unmuted.
Okay, go ahead, Darren.
Hi, thanks for coming through. I just wanted to know if I also have a connection to the angel realm.
One moment. Yes, I already know that. Yes.
Oh, lovely. Can you go further into that at all?
You have been feeling that you do have a connection with the angel realm. There are several signs within you that are telling you this, and you probably heard somebody mention it to you as well. You are a fragment of an angel that is very powerful. The fragment that you have within you is from Sandalphon. And Sandalphon is the kind of being that was a creator being that became an archangel, and so has angelic and creator being within him. And so there must be a very, very strong mission for you in some way.
Wow, that's amazing. I do have a connection with Sandalphon. That's fantastic. Thank you very much. That's all I wanted to hear. Thank you so much, Ariel.
You already knew about your Sandalphon connection?
My wife passed me the name. I wasn't aware of the angel, and then I researched the angel a little bit. And I'm a musician, so I've been praying to him every time I try to create my art.
Yes. So Sandalphon is a fragment within you, and that is part of your mission is your music. And you are a writer, aren't you?
I am. I'm a doubtful writer, correct.
And so your wife mentioning Sandalphon to you is of great importance because that is who you are connected to.
Great. Thank you so much. This means a lot. Thank you so much, Ariel.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. We are really at the top of our, am I right or am I wrong? Or we have 30 minutes left. I think I'm wrong.
You are wrong.
Am I wrong?
Yes.
Okay, because India is on the half-hour system, so I thought we were at the top of the thing. We're not. Okay, no problem. Susan or Joan has a question. We'll go to Joan first. So sorry. Here it's going to be 11 o'clock at night, but I think for you guys or for Jim it's 10:30. So I do 10:30 in the morning. So I'm confused with the time. So sorry. Okay, go ahead, Joan.
Not a problem, my dear. Really not.
Thank you.
Joan.
Greetings, Ariel. I have a question about my dream. I dream about I went to this darkness, and I become the darkness. I become the black, and I was just observing myself into that blackness, and then I see the light, and I become formed into this light. And I don't know, would you explain that? What's going on?
Yes, I can. It is not that the blackness is evil. You have not become evil, but the blackness is your closeness to God. When God communicates very closely with humans, it's usually in the darkness, usually in the silence, usually without sound or without any kind of thing being around. So you picture yourself with God at that time, as the blackness, as the sky, because he is part of all things. He is part of everything that exists. And so you have become, first of all, part of everything that exists in God's eyes, so that you can actually come and become a light in the density that you are in. But you have spent much time with God, have you not?
I guess I do. I do meditating, but yeah.
Yes. In this dream, he is speaking to you from the darkness, and then he is making you into the light.
Oh, wow. Wow, beautiful. Thank you. And also, I know I have a lot of fractals of an angel. Would you explain how is that fractals?
How do
What?
fractals work?
Yes, because I have 4 fractals of an angel.
Yes, that's quite a few. Let me tell you what a fractal is. A fractal is, say you have a fractal of Raphael. A Raphael fractal is something of healing, something of peace, something of communication. So he gives you perhaps maybe a tear, perhaps a little bit of his DNA, so that you can be more enlightened in the place that you are. Having more than one fractal tells you that other angels have also been able to give some of their fractals to you, some of their personality to you, some of their power to you, so that you can function in this realm in a better way. They might have seen that you might have had trouble from the early on in your life to become part of this world or have a meaning. So they put fractals in you so that you can rise up and learn about who you are and be a work of art to God, be a positive influence on the world.
I see. Oh, that's good. Thank you. That's all.
These are
Thank you.
things that,
Oh, sorry. No, please don't continue.
oh, I'm sorry. Yes, I'm just wanted to say, don't be alarmed that you don't really feel the fractals. They're not there to be felt. They're there to be used, however. If you look inside and see who you really are and see all these different things within you that are beautiful, talents, skills, and love, and there's so many things that these fractals could contain, but they are all something that you will be able to use for a greater good.
Wonderful. Thank you.
I'm sorry, Karen.
No, it's no problem. Thank you so much. Okay, who was it was next? I believe it's, did we get Susan? Susan. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, here she is.
Yes, I'm here. Sorry. Hello, Ariel. I know that you are known as the Archangel or Angel of Nature, and that you help to inspire human beings to take good care of Gaia. And I know since probably mid last year, I've been channeling different beings of the elemental realm, which I understand now they like to be called nature people. And more recently, I've had various animals like bears. Like I've had a dream with a bear, a tiger, and a lion in a recent dream. And so I know it's part of the work that I'm supposed to do. So, but I was wondering if you have a message for the work that I'm doing, but also how we as human beings can better interact with the nature realms and the beings that live on Gaia.
I have a lot of work to do in the nature realm, but I'm also helping with other things such as healing and loving and understanding and sending messages, because this is a time for that. But yes, thank you for your work in that realm. And the dreams of bears and tigers and lions are for strength and courage, and for you to be able to stand up and be yourself and be not shy away from anything, because these animals do not shy away. They're the ones that are, they do the attacking. They do they are the aggressor. But I don't want you to be an aggressor, but I do want you to be a leader, to move forward as they would do. They would move into a place where they're not afraid. Let's put it that way. So you will not be afraid to move forward. You will not be afraid to stand up for justice. You will not be afraid to speak what needs to be spoken. So these animals tell me of the courage and understanding and also wisdom that is necessary for these kinds of things. So yes, that is a very strong visual with those three animals. So, and also, yes, nature is in danger at this point, but I am working with many others on your planet to preserve it. There are very, very many nature preserves already on your planet, but there needs to be more respect for nature. There needs to be more understanding of why they must respect nature and why it is so important that it maintains and survives throughout time. The animals and trees, the trees and plants, and how they help with actually balancing human nature in many ways, because the trees are peaceful and slow and calm and incredibly wise in their ways. And so humanity can learn much from learning about a tree. So it is that nature teaches as well.
Okay, beautiful. Yeah, that's kind of been what I've been feeling too about continuing to step forward in my power and be somewhat of a voice for the
Yes, you
animals
must
and
be a
other
mouth-
and other nature beings. Yes. Is it recommended to maybe to stop eating meat? I know in general, I still eat a little meat, but I've been moving in the direction of being more vegetarian, and I'm just wondering if that's a recommendation to raise our vibration and, with our ascension journey.
Your spiritual journey is about your prayer and how God permeates you. But yes, it's easier for God to get through a body that is clear. And what I mean by that is that there's no toxins and there's nothing to get in the way. And many animals have a lot of toxins in them. It's not that they're not to be eaten. Some of the, and in the evolution of your planet, you started off eating animals and surviving by doing so. So that is not a sin. But as you evolve, you will grow away from having the need to eat other animals, because you will find ways to gather protein and the minerals and things that are in meat through the plant world, through other things, as you what is that word? It's when you continue to expand as a human being, you will evolve. That is the word. As you are evolving into a more peaceful species. And so the need for hunting and killing and things of this nature are becoming secondary to your thought process, because in order to eat meat, you must kill it. So it is that these thought processes are the processes that are being filtered away from you. Killing is the part that is causing the problems within humanity. It is not eating meat necessarily, but knowing that they were killed for you to eat, I think, is the bigger problem. You must evolve away from violence and away from killing, away from any sort of this thought process so that you can be more clear, more pure. And eating plants will do that and help you to get rid of the thoughts of your past where you had to kill to eat.
Okay, beautiful. Thank you. That helps clarify a lot. So that's it for me. Much love and blessings to you.
Very well.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Michelle has a question. Go ahead, Michelle.
Hi, Ariel. Thank you for coming.
You're welcome.
I have a question about God allowing our dog Taylor to incarnate into our new puppy Trini. It came to me that she has a fractal of you in her. Can you confirm that, please?
In your dog? Yes.
Yes.
Because it was asked for.
Okay. So her soul asked for that, did she?
Yes.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And also on the note of eating meat, when you bless food, for example, what I'm thinking is, eating non-organic food, but if you bless it, that purifies it, doesn't it? Doesn't completely purify it?
And there are many that give thanks to the animal who have given their life, even though they themselves did not kill the animal. They know that the animal gave its life for them to have food. And that is a clarification, a cleansing, a blessing, a bringing to understanding your gratitude for that animal giving their life. But you will eventually move away from that completely. But yes, it is still a powerful thing on your planet for meat to be eaten. And if you bless the animal, if you bless the food that you eat, then it will be fine.
Yeah, I do that all the time. I don't eat meat, but I bless the souls of the plants and animals for giving their life for my nutrition.
You must do so.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much. No, that was it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi. Okay. Monica has a question. Go ahead, Monica. Can you unmute?
Yes. Yeah. Hi.
Okay, perfect. Go ahead. Okay.
Hi, Ariel. I just wanted to, I guess, ask you a question, because every time I sit down to connect with my angels during my card readings, I feel like I've been connecting with you quite a lot, and Gabriel. I just wanted to see if you have a message for me.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Finish what you were going to say.
I was just gonna say, and most of my sessions with, connecting with the angels were regarding my mission here and using my creativity. That's what I've been strongly feeling, and I know you've been kind of what is that, confirming it for me through these cards. I just got really excited that you came on here, so I just wanted to chat.
Well, let me tell you why you think of me a lot. Because I am the one that protects what God created in nature. I am the one that comes to protect his creation. I am the one that is part of his creation, to be involved with his creation. And you are as well. You have things that you are creating with your talents. You are creating thought processes. You are creating things and bringing things from other realms to help other people. So yes, that is why you think of me. I am also very creative because I help nature evolve the way it should evolve. And so as you think of me, you are yourself part of nature and part of creation, and a creator yourself when it comes to talents and gifts.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. That's beautiful. Should I be sorry, let me really rephrase that. I feel like my mission is to create homes using my design talents And should I be pursuing that path? I feel like just wanted like
You should be
confirmation.
pursuing, yes. Let me tell you something. Whatever is your highest excitement, whatever is the thing that you most want to help the world with, God will help you to achieve it, because it is something. He would not have given you that excitement for it if it is not something that he wants you to do.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay, perfect. Let me see. I just want to give someone who hasn't had a question yet, ask a question. Lily Pat, Christine, did you have a question? It's Ariel.
No. I was
No
just
question. Her question was, is it Ariel or Ariel? Okay. Okay, it's Ariel. All right, Lily Pat has another question. Go ahead, Lily Pat.
Hello again, Ariel. And I just wondering if someone like Jesus or any of these, what they call ascended master here, are they present here in the planet at this moment, in a crucial time, this crucial and important time? I don't know how to say, but
I understand. And
anyone,
yes, they are.
Yes, go ahead. And yes.
All the deities that can be called upon, and all those that help humanity can be called upon. The reason for this is this.
I mean, physically as well.
Oh, physically. Well, some of them will be here physically, and some of them will not. But the thing is, those that will be here physically will make themselves known to you. But there are many that are in spirit that will make themselves known to you as well. But there are those deities walking the earth at this time, but I cannot tell you who they are because they must tell you themselves.
All right. And last question, sir. Am I gonna move to another place?
If God wills it, you will. How do you feel about the place you're in?
Well,
I think you're going to move to another place.
yes. Well, I don't know if I do, but I feel like energetic. I feel like I need to move to another place. I like Texas, yes, but
That's what I was going to guess.
yes, Texas. So I feel like maybe I should move, but I'm not sure where God. And I want to say thank you to God as well. When I was young, as a teenager, he moved me to different places. I just go with it. I don't understand it,
but you have been a light in every place you've gone, even though that sometimes you felt like things were very unfair, very unkind, and very harsh. But you managed to show love and affection to the patients that you waited on, to the people that were around you that were kind and good. They saw all that is you.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Ariel, for everything. And thank you to you and God and all the lights for helping me in this life. Thank you so much.
Excellent.
Much love. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, there's a question from Wendy. And then if we have time to please bring through one more person, thank you. Hopefully people are asking for Takur or Jimi Hendrix. So, okay.
Hi, Ariel. How are you doing today? Beautiful.
Greetings.
Okay, so my question is, all of a sudden, like over the last couple of days, I've been getting these little black and white feathers, and I probably collected like 8 or 9 of them. And then, of course, the white feathers. And I understand it's spring, and you know the birds are I don't know, whatever you call them. Somebody else tell me. But am I getting? Are there messages that are coming with these feathers too?
Yes, the birds are molting, but the thing is, yes, the birds are in charge of some communications at this time. So having found some of their feathers means that there is a message for you. And finding that there's black and white feathers tells me that this is a message that is a yes or no answer or a black and white sort of answer. There is something coming up that you have to make a decision on, and the answer is either yes or no, it's not maybe.
I understand. Wonderful. I take it that that's the same for anybody finding these black and white feathers.
Yes, I would think so.
Beautiful. Any other words of advice for myself, for all of us that are listening? I know we're getting to the end here, so.
I believe that the people listening here are all hungry to move forward in their missions and hungry for answers to questions that they've had in their lives for a long time. And I can guarantee that within a short period of time, many of these questions will be answered for those that are praying and those that are seeking God, because he will not leave all your questions unanswered. He may take some time to answer them because he'll wait till you're ready to absorb them properly, but he will not keep you from the truth.
Thank you. A beautiful blessing to you. Ana uyirikia hayichi kuyana maiti. Aka uyanyara ka ish kuyana maiti anandin dukuti ana hapa. Wenanara ti akahina naida. Apa unye tikiana naida. Blessings.
Very well. Thank you very much. And you were speaking about how the world is moving and how you are moving in the world, and that you love God and you are moving into a greater love with yourself.
Beautiful. Thank you for that information. Blessings.
I will go now so one more can come.
Thank you so much.
Much love. Greetings, I am Takur. Greetings all. It's good to be here. I heard that someone has called me.
Yes. Who was it that called you? Let me see.
I thought-
Yana, I think. Yana called you. Go ahead, Yana. Go ahead and ask your question.
Hello, Takur. Welcome.
Greetings.
Thank you for coming.
You're welcome.
Yes. So there, as you know, the whole world is in a bit of an upheaval right now, and I was very curious about your view on the situation right now. Is there anything any light you can shed on and give some comfort or insight?
Yes, there is some light I can shed. Your world is going through an ascension process. In order to stop ascension processes, there must be dissension and war and dishonor and all these things. So for the light to burst through the way it needs to, these things have to happen. You have to be able to see the light clearly. And with all these darknesses, the light will burst through in its own way, and you will see it in a brighter way and know that God exists in an even more palpable way. So I see this as the beginning of something beautiful, perhaps. And it depends on how you, the world, observe it and take it and pray for it and resolve it.
So I understand that affirming the light and setting your intentions and doing this with groups is stronger than individual. So share lead gatherings, and for those who can, and I surely will. Can you tell me a bit about reptilians? What kind of reptilians are involved in this?
There are there's several species of reptilians, but the ones that are on your planet have been on there for a long time. And there's more than one species of reptilian that is on the planet that have been grandfathered in. There's good and bad, but the ones that are wanting to take over are more of the Zeta reptilians, or I cannot even hardly pronounce their real name. Ziza reptilians.
Okay.
They called them Jaja reptilians, but they are not that. They are Ziza. And it's just hard for me to pronounce, that's all.
Yeah.
But they are on your planet as well as there are friendly reptilians. Now, there are a couple of kinds of reptilians that were not kept on the planet because they weren't here yet. The Eliashondai Zendi had not yet visited Earth, so they are recent to the planet. And friendly reptilians are there, but there are certain reptilian groups that are now showing up at your planet that were not grandfathered in at the time of separation. But some of the negative ones were, yes.
Okay. So what in your view, what is necessary to know right now? How, if you have a view on the timelines that are most likely to evolve?
Well, the timeline situation is interesting because remember, one decision can change pathways for many things. So you have to understand that decisions are being made every day and all the time. Putin is making decisions, but also Biden is making decisions, and the Ukraine president is making decisions, and decisions are being made by people all over the world to understand or to try to deal with what is happening on the earth today. And believe it or not, it's unifying the world in one sense. There's still a great deal of separation, but it is a form of unity that all are coming into one thought process, or just two thought processes, instead of having these many thought processes. And the thought process of COVID is declining, of vaccines is declining, but these things are all part of the global whatever is happening. So they're all just dispersing. So you're coming into a new oneness, a new reality, and it may seem like a dark time now, but it might usher in something greater.
Yeah, that's what I feel. I'm feeling is that it's a sort of firecracker that we needed to bring unity up to par, and but there's a lot of love, a lot of compassion, and a lot of community sense rising right now. So I have a personal questions because I don't have any sessions with Jim Stan. Can you please check my status, the how it is with my implants? Because I feel that especially in this time with the Stargate and the light grid work I do, I'm a bit targeted more than necessary.
All right, we will scan you. We will scan you, and if there is, we will scan you, and if there is any implants, we will remove them.
Thank you so much. I will make room for others now. Thank you so much, and blessings.
Blessings to you. All right.
All right, well, we are at the end.
All right, very well. Then I will go if there's no other important questions.
Well, there's more questions, but we don't really have time for them because we're really at the end. So they'll have
Can
to
we
just
do one
wait.
more question? I think there's an important question.
Okay, let me see who has the question. 1 second. I feel like it's Safira. I know she has a question. Go ahead, Safira. She there? Safira?
Safira? I guess she's not there any longer.
No,
okay,
I'm
Michelle.
I'm here.
there.
I'm here.
You are
But-
there? No, you aren't. You missed out. Sorry, we're closing up. Go ahead.
I'm
What is your
sorry, I
question?
couldn't get back. Well, the thing is, Michelle was before me, so I feel kind of bad. I don't think my question is important enough. Maybe we can ask Michelle. It's okay.
Michelle, do you have a question?
Hi, Takara. Thank you for being here. Can I just ask you, Thursday night, some members from our healing group were in a circle up on your ship. in some sort of meeting. Could you elaborate as to what we were doing up there?
You were bringing you were doing peaceful cooperation with aliens, so that the aliens and the humans in that particular group were united in prayer for the world. Also, you were bringing around a better understanding of peace and love and understanding between both you and alien cultures, which needs to be clarified even more.
Oh, that's great. Thank you very much. And also, I speak light language. I channel you when I speak light language. But I see myself up on the ship.
She said she wanted it done by noon, so I just
up on the ship. So
she said
do I bilocate up to you as I'm speaking it?
You don't always bilocate, but the light language is praying for things within your life, things within your realm that need fixed. There are some tensions in your family. There are some things with different people that are needing to be fixed. But yes, a couple times you have transported, but not every time.
Okay, thank you very much. Thanks, Takara.
And that will be it.
All right. Well, thank you so much. Thank you for being here, for your beautiful answers and to all the questions that we had today.
Very well. Goodbye for now.
Goodbye for now.
Hello.
Hello, welcome back.
Thank you.
Thank you. Very beautiful session. Thank you so much. So next week, we're going to have our dear, he was missing in action for a while, but we're going to have our dear Will Mitchell. So be sure to tune in next week, everybody. And we're excited to have him, and yeah, happy to have him there. Angie has an announcement. We'll have Angie's announcement, then we'll end with blessings. So go ahead, Angie.
Thank you. We have our next online Hucolo class scheduled. It's Understanding the Matrix and How It Works. It's Saturday and Sunday, April 30th and May 1st from 1:30 to 4:30 Eastern Standard Time each day. The price on that is $150. And if you are interested, please email classes@hucolo.org.
Thank you so much. I'm assuming Wendy wants to do a blessing, and Susan and Michelle, if I'm correct. Is that right? Are the right people? Okay, so we'll start with Wendy, then we'll go to Susan and then Michelle. Thank you. And then after that, we're going to say good night, or good day, or good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Thank you for being here. Much love to everyone. Stay safe, stay healthy. Keep praying for our dear friends in the UK, in the Ukraine. All right.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. Blessings. Ako yan yarata rionoro akahihada apa iono ianarata akahio apa uyanara atahiara ho atairara akaiana oichkriya matakdiyara kuya tikiana tikia takuira pa ya takahiana oyara iya oyana nyanyan tukduina mandakatya tutoriara ta iranara ita tutuyana narata. Adonai.
Greetings and much joy to you. We sing the songs of God and sing the songs of praise so that the power will be with you. We see also that there are many praying for each other and the world, and we put our prayers on top of those to make them even more powerful. We ask God to bless your world, to bless all the things that are in it, and to unify it once again. Bring peace and understanding and wisdom and guidance. We also pray that there be a time for people to learn about one another and all the gifts and all the things that make each other special and unique. We are there to bring understanding to your planet that is not there quite yet. We continue to pray for you always. And we pray that all the songs that we sing for you, you will hear in some way. Much love.
Okay, I'll go next. Tia zia kututia ie sia tukotoia sia takatia sia tukotia ie so totoya sikatia ie ho sia kataya ie so kutotia ya sikatia ho sia tia ie koya ia sikiatia ie so kutoya ie ho sia ie so kutotia ie tukotoya ie sia tukoya sia ie sikia. Blessings.
You were told of the coming storm, and now it is here. You were told of coming things of disaster, and they are here as well. But you will overcome them all. You will become part of a unified portion of the world that shows light and no darkness, that shows hope and no grief, that shows all the things that are necessary for you to survive. But remember, these things will come upon you now and then, and in great force at times, but you can overcome. Be that strength of God that he gives you. Use it.
Okay, this is a blessing from Dekur. Diokonya haya gria daragonya. Dieho go diagianya. Ihio go diagara donya. Ia go diagara. Diehonya gara daya gadaya. Ohonya gara gohonya gia darata. Namaste.
I love the people of the earth, and I love all that they stand for, the ones that I know. The peacemakers, the lovers, and those that are in great need, the healers. I am also part of your understanding and your ambassador, and I want to wish you great wisdom at this time, for wisdom is what it will take for you to get through this particular time on your planet. Be of good heart. Lift up your hearts to God and let him speak to your mind and heart and soul, so that you may make the greatest and best decisions and be the light brighter than you even know that you can be.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Hi.
Hi. Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
everybody, for
Beautiful.
being here.
So nice to have you back, Jim. So nice. Yeah, we need you to hold up your end of the world. So we need you to be back
Yes.
now. All right, everyone, it was lovely. Thank you so much. And we'll see you next week. And Will be here. So we're